Shawn Porter, Errol Spence. How do you see that?
I think that's an even matchup. I think that's even. I think it's an even matchup. After I seen Spence's last fight, he did good, but I thought he was gonna knock Mikey out. I just feel like he did his thing, but he didn't look. To me, he didn't look dominant. Even though he won all the rounds, but he didn't look like how he looked against Peterson.
Did you learn anything in that Errol Spence Mikey Garcia fight? Because a lot of people, like yourself, just said, well, I was expecting a knockout, but a lot of people, for example myself, I thought that he proved he could box very well, and we haven't seen him do that. Not because he couldn't, but maybe because he didn't have to in other fights. But I feel like he outboxed Mikey Garcia.
Yeah, he definitely outboxed him. He outboxed him. He outworked him. He did everything he was supposed to do to win. But since he fought a guy who was 2 weight classes smaller, even though Mikey's a good fighter and never lost before, you just expect certain things. Especially, you just destroyed Peterson, you know?
Right.
Now, if you did that to him, it's like, oh. But it was like, okay, it's like you see something here that you could work with. It's not really what people are saying, you know what I mean? So to me as a fighter.
Right, so based off that experience, you would say the Errol Spence and Shawn Porter fight is 50-50 in your eyes?
I would give, I think it's a 50-50 fight, but I would give Spence the slight favor just because he's fresher.
Yeah.
You know, Porter's been around, like we've been around, like we've been fighting each other, like so Spence is a little bit, but like I said before, I'll give Spence an edge, but both of them throw a lot of punches. Both of them are physically strong. Spence is just he hits harder, that's it.
Right.
But I think style-wise, I think it's gonna be a good fight. I think it's gonna be.
You brought up Errol's last performance, but Shawn's last performance was also. There was a lot of questions that came out of that. A lot of people felt that Ugas actually won the fight, a big majority. What do you take from that fight? Did you happen to catch that fight first?
Yeah, I watched it.
And what'd you make of that performance of Shawn Porter and Yordenis Ugas?
I thought it was a close fight, but I thought he won.
You thought Shawn won?
Yeah, I thought Porter won. I thought Porter won by. It could have went either way, but I thought he won.
I just gotta ask about the big fight at the end of the month, Spence and Porter, because you know Spence so well. Does he win that fight against Shawn Porter?
I think Spence does win that fight. Shawn Porter's tough, and he has a very good chance to win the fight. I think any top welterweight in the world, Shawn Porter is a very, very tough out. And, depending on the game plan, him and Kenny Porter always have great game plans, but I just see Spence being strong, long, digging with those body shots. I see a close, tough fight.
Let's say Shawn tries to do what Fury did in the second half of this fight. Just take it right to him, get inside. How do you think that plays out?
I mean, that's how Shawn's probably going to fight. He's probably going to come right at him. He has been boxing more. We've seen him do that in other fights as well, but I feel like he's going to have to come right at Spence. The southpaw stance, the length, the strength, the power, the physical size of Spence. I think he's going to have to get in the inside work.
Just to close on that whole saga, what's something about Spence that's underrated? I know people saw his boxing.
Yeah, his boxing. His ability to change region, his boxing ability. He's very technical. Which people don't think. They see him bullying guys, they see him big, strong. But he's got a lot of good talent, good boxing skill, boxing talent.
Shawn Porter, Errol Spence. We know how rugged, how tough Shawn Porter is. Errol Spence is up there, probably top 5 pound for pound. Break it down.
Yeah, it's a good fight. I think it's gonna be an action fight, but I noticed Shawn's a very physical guy when he wants to be. I think he has to be in this fight because I don't think he'll be able to outbox a guy who has an Olympic pedigree like Errol Spence. Because we've seen Shawn try to box in a couple of fights. I think he has to be the old Shawn, where he's very aggressive and very physically demanding. But the only problem in this fight is Errol's also a very big welterweight. So if you try to kind of bulldoze Errol, I don't know that it's going to be as successful either, because Errol is a guy who physically is big and he's going to be tough to manhandle. Also, one thing to keep in mind, the only thing that really backs up Shawn Porter consistently is body shots. He doesn't seem to react well to body shots. Errol is a very, very good body puncher, so I'm curious to see how that comes into play as well.
Sorry, they just announced Shawn Porter against Errol Spence Jr. How do you see that fight playing out?
¿Cómo piensas de esta pelea de Shawn Porter y Errol Spence?
No, es una buena pelea porque le están dando poca oportunidad. Pienso que tiene mucha oportunidad. Es un guerrero, un tremendo peleador con una gran historia. Y pienso que van a hacer una gran pelea ellos dos.
He said, yeah, it's a good fight. They just announced that fight. He beat him to get that fight. So he thought that it was a really good fight himself. And that he thinks it's going to be a great fight that night.
What are your thoughts on the fight between Spence and Porter? I don't know. It's been released again.
It's been, announced that it's been released, that it's been done. I had already heard it was pretty much gonna be the fight. This was a few weeks back, but I haven't heard anything from them themselves. But I'm pretty sure that's the fight. You know what? It's a good fight too. I think Spence wins, especially if Porter tries to box, and that's probably not the best. Porter, that's not the best style. I think he has a better chance if he puts pressure and goes on the inside. That's probably his best chance. And when he does that, Porter is dangerous. Porter is tough. He's very resilient, very durable, and throws a lot of punches, smothers you with punches, and he's on top of you. So that gives him a chance if he does that. If he can do that. If he stays on the outside, I think he's too small, too short for Spence. Spence height and reach will complicate things.
Yeah, I think oh no, I saw him. I saw Porter in person. And then Modest even told me he's much. It's crazy how TV makes you look so much bigger.
He's not a big guy, even though he's a welterweight, but he's not a big guy. So the height and reach that Spence has, I think, will complicate things if Shawn decides to stand on the outside, try to box. His best bet is to jump on the inside, get aggressive early, make it a rough, awkward fight, difficult fight like that. Smother the guy. I think that's the way he has a chance. But I mean, that's the kind of fight that the fans deserve to see. Two champions facing each other. In their prime. Unifying the titles. That's what fans keep asking for. Well, there it is.